Battle of the Books 2021 to 2022. This is a fabulous celebration of reading and books for our 4th and 5th graders. There are 10 books chosen by our library teachers this year. There are 4 chapter fiction books, 2 picture books, 2 graphic novels, and 2 nonfiction books. As you can see here, we are just amazed by the great books chosen by our library teachers across the school district of La Crosse. For Battle of the Books, you may have teams up to 4 students, only 4th and 5th graders. We like to think that it promotes the love of reading. You read a variety of books and remember information about the plots, characters, and settings of the book. Every question is answered by the title and author of the book. 2 teams will represent Hamilton and 2 teams will represent Soda 1 at UWL in February for a book celebration. They will go in the morning and spend the morning there with the 9 elementary schools across our district. Here is an example of how Battle of Books works. You read the 10 books as a team, and then you are given questions. For example, in what book does the main character not like sunny days or rain? You then would answer Mother Bruce by Ryan T. Higgins. So you have to know the author and the title. We have many of the books available here in our library in a print format. They can be found near the chapter fiction books in a special section called Battle of the Books. Ebooks and audiobooks are also available through Mac and Via. Check out Tumble Books too. You never know, some of the books might be available there also. Check out a video that focuses and features these 10 books.
The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley is a historical fiction novel that won a Newbery Honor. It's a story about children during World War II in England with lots of adventure and lessons about finding family and self-confidence. The Wild Robot by Peter Brown has a robot as a main character, but it's a robot like no robot you've ever heard of before. The story takes place on an island with a cast of animal characters who help Roz the robot learn about nature and the meaning of home. Front Desk by Kelly Yang takes us to California in the early 1990s when Mia Tang and her family are trying to adjust to life in the U.S. after moving here from China. They live in and manage a motel, and Mia has to learn a lot of lessons about fitting in and running a business. This story is based heavily on experiences of the author's childhood, but it's still fiction. Get ready for a wacky heist story with Swindle by Gordon Corman. Griffin Bing and his friends get in over their heads with a plan to steal back a baseball card that a mean man tricked them out of. This is a wild ride of a chapter book. El Deafo by C.C. Bell is a memoir written in graphic format. Remember, a memoir is a book that tells the story of the author's life. Graphic format means this is like a graphic novel, but it's true. It is about Cece's experience with hearing loss and wearing hearing aids as she was growing up. This book also won a Newbery Honor. Another graphic novel on the list. This one is fiction. New Kid by Jerry Craft tells us about a 7th grader, Jordan Banks, who is the new kid at a really fancy private school. He wanted to go to an art school, but his parents chose this one, where the focus is all on academics. To make things even harder, Jordan is one of the only black students in the school. He has to learn to fit in while trying not to lose his old friends from his neighborhood, and it's tough. New Kid won the Newbery Medal in 2020. And now, a nonfiction picture book. The Oldest Student, How Mary Walker Learned to Read by Rita Lorraine Hubbard is an illustrated chronicle of how a real woman, Mary Walker, learned to read at age 116. You'll truly have to read this to believe it because it is an outstanding and inspiring true story. Switching back to fiction again, this adorable picture book features Captain Swashby, who loves his quiet life by the sea. But then, new neighbors show up. This story about acceptance and making new friends will be sure to capture your heart. Let's play! Rock, Paper, Scissors, that is. This fiction picture book, The Legend of Rock, Paper, Scissors by Drew DeWalt, imagines what would happen if the players in one of our favorite games came to life and challenged each other to a real battle. It's silly and a great inspiration to play yet another round of the game with your friends. The final book on this year's list is a gorgeous nonfiction picture book titled Honeybee, The Busy Life of Apis mellifera by Candace Fleming. Readers will be taken through a honeybee's life cycle and learn all about this amazing creature.
Let's play a game. It's called First Line Game. Which book is it? You must choose from one of these 3 titles. One summer morning, deep in the next, a brand new honeybee squirms, pushes, chews through the wax cap of her solitary cell and into a teeming, trembling flurry. Which book is it? Is it Honeybee? Is it The War That Saved My Life? Or is it Swindle? Guess now. You're right, it's Honeybee. Our story begins on the ocean with wind and rain and thunder and lightning and waves. Which book is it? Is it Swashby by the Sea, The Wild Robot, or New Kid? Choose now. Did you guess The Wild Robot? That's it. I was a regular kid. I played with my mom's stuff. Is it The Oldest Student, How Mary Walker Learned to Read, El Defo, or Front Desk? Which book is it? You got it, El Defo. Captain Swashby loved the sea. Do you know which one it is? Is it Swashby in the Sea? Is it The Wild Robot? Or is it New Kid? Choose now. Which book is it? That's right, it's Swashby and the Sea. My parents told me that America would be this amazing place where we could live in a house with a dog, do whatever we want, and eat hamburgers till we were red in the face. Which book is it? The Oldest Student, How Mary Walker Learned to Read, El Defo, or Front Desk? 3, 2, 1. It is Front Desk by Kelly Yang. Ada! Which book is it? Honeybee, The Busy Life of Apis mellifera, The War That Saved My Life, or Swindle? Guess now. Or perhaps you already know which book it is. It is The War That Saved My Life. So we will take team pictures and they will be placed on the library's bulletin board. Important dates. So from 8 to 8:30 every Friday, we will have battle practice. Our first practice will be January 7th. Then we will continue each Friday through January. The battle to find the teams to represent our 2 schools will be sometime the week of February 3rd. More details to come. Our district Battle of the Books competition, or I like to say celebration, will be at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse on February 10th in the morning. Now, if you want to get started, all of this information and more is available in our Canvas course for library. As you can see, if you look right here, I'm going to circle it. When you log into the library Canvas course, you can choose Battle of the Books. That's one of your options. So here we are at the library Canvas course for Hamilton 3.5, and the Soda 3.5 is similar. I'm going to choose Battle of the Books. And you can see our elementary Battle of the Books list. You can see this Google slide that I just went through. If you want to learn more about the books, you can click here. If you read a story and you want to fill out a story map, you can click here. And there's an also introduction to the Battle of the Books, which can be found there. I'm going to put a lot of the information that you're going to need here in our Canvas course. As always, if you have questions, please let me know. I'm here to help you and to make Battle of the Books a success for you. Thanks.